like tomorrow, that shit just brought me back to life. Tomorrow.
That shit brought me back to life tomorrow.
Listen.
Excuse me.
The vibe is so lit that it'll bring you back to where you need to be in the future.
In the future.
You know what I mean?
Excuse me, we're time traveling now, guys.
That's that real.
I might as well be a motherfucking time traveler.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Because I be talking about things before I see things.
Ooh.
And then I see things and want to be things.
Ooh.
Feel me?
That real ism pinky.
That's that third eye type shit. I feel that. I already seen that shit. He already has the third eye. I already seen that.
Bow.
Respect it. Respect. What up? We back. We just smoked something while, we enjoyed Lowe's song. Smoke Some out now on Apple Music, all music streaming platforms. Do y'all know how hype we are in this room right now? I think you're feeling the energy. I'm feeling the fucking energy.
I like how you said we just smoke some while we listen to Smoke Some. That was hard.
Oh,
that's a bar, actually.
Thank you for realizing that.
I might take that bar. I'm sorry. I'll give you 10%.
All right. I might make a deal with you. I might.
Smoke some while we smoke some. Smoke some while we listen to Smoke Some.
Yo, you're killing me.
Young peas in this bitch.
We hyped though. We vibing, and y'all. I don't know if you are aware or if you care or if you believe in this stuff. Any of y'all, but on the same day that we're filming this 20th episode of Old Soul Young World in a Vibe podcast studio with awesome, amazing guests on the show is the same day. Does anyone know what I'm going to say?
I don't. I'm waiting for you to drop the bomb.
Is the same day that we're having a super flower blood moon eclipse. And I'm not even making that shit up. Today is blessed. Today, we got a circle of winners around this table. If you're listening in right now, you are a winner too. If you are ever listening into Old Soul in the Young World, every week, we usually drop Mondays or Tuesdays, you are a winner too. I appreciate your vibe. I know everyone in the studio appreciates your vibe because we are all about creative, positive energy. And I feel that from them. And I know y'all are rappers and hip hop artists, but you guys seem a little deeper. And I'm not religious. I would say I'm spiritual.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Man, I just gangbang, to be honest.
He gangbang, and that's cool too. We accept it here.
That gangbang for Jesus Christ.
Listen, that's a spiritual. That's a spiritual journey in itself.
That's a journey in itself.
You know, the tribes out here.
You feel me?
Nah, I just play.
Guys, I'm feeling the vibrations. I'm feeling you guys. Even the gangbanging shit. Whatever.
It's a vibe.
It's on the set for Jesus.
It's a vibe.
Where are you from? That's spiritual.
Honestly. Where your mama stay? Where your grandmama stay?
We want to know.
Spiritual.
That is
We wanna know
spiritual.
the Addy.
Drop that.
But it's true though.
But guys, anyone listening in, I really feel like I just have to put this out there. It's part of something I believe in. I feel like the new moon symbolizes something. It's like a time of change, a time of transition, restart, refresh. Like
100%.
Tonight or this morning when we're dropping this podcast, everyone listening in, at like 1:47 a.m., I was looking it up. That shit's about to be red in the sky. It is super rare that a blood moon and an eclipse happen at the same time. Pretty much
You said 1:47 a.m.?
Around 1:47 a.m.
Looking at
I'm
that.
trying to say, bro.
Facts.
So it's supposed to be a whole transition through like 1 to like almost 3 a.m. So it's like really cool. I'm kind of planning on staying up and watching it.
I kind of want to see that too.
I kind of want to see it.
With a big blunt? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, with a nice blunt that I wish I had brought from Cali.
Unfortunately, you didn't.
If you gonna
We are
smoke weed,
so sad that I did not bring that shit
if you
from
gonna
Cali.
smoke weed from Cali, you gotta smoke out of Swishers.
Oh, Swishers. I smoke back, my brother.
Thank you.
Anybody
Thank
that's
you.
listening to this,
Thank you.
I don't know what he's talking
out there.
about.
I
still
don't,
smoke
who
Swishers out
here
there.
reps Swishers?
Not me.
Because that was my like 5th grade self.
Put your
We
hand
still
down.
do that. We still smoke
Oh, we
Swishers
do
out
that?
there.
Weed.
Who's we?
We don't Cali
So
people too.
y'all didn't smoke Swishers with me?
No.
He's calling me.
I'm not gonna lie.
No.
What happened every time we pulled up to a Swisher? What did I do?
He's like, ew.
100%.
On dogs.
So he's telling the truth.
He'll hit it like once, and he's just like, yeah, you should just
Take that.
Man, niggas is still smoking Swishers out there, man.
That's wild.
But back to
bad
the
smokes.
song though, y'all. Smoke Some is what we just played. It is really dope. And I'm just wondering, like, How'd you guys come up with that concept? What was you just vibing? You was just
I'm not gonna
smoking?
lie.
You're like, oh shit, I'm just smoking. We'll write this shit.
That song is
I'm
really
hot.
the secret sauce, and I can't really divulge none of that secret sauce.
Excuse me? We're an old soul young world. You better drop those gems.
Nah, because if I drop that gem,
Drop those
then
gems.
everybody's gonna go do exactly what we
Drop
did, and I can't have that happen.
Those gems.
basically because we're the groove gods, like we are constantly, seeking for the groove. So
Facts.
we were seeking for a groove, and we came across a groove, and
And I already had a groove in my mind from another groove, and then bang, the groove was created.
yeah, Smoke Some was a real simple song to make. Like it was just all about catching a groove, and I don't know. We're the groove gods, so we're constantly just seeking for what even made people even come up with the word groove. Like,
Did y'all say the groove gods?
Groove Guys Worldwide, baby.
Shit.
Yeah. So
You know what I mean? And then
Once-
we got West Taylor of the Young Sevens in this bitch.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Young
West
Sevens.
Taylor. Shout out.
Yeah, man. Shout out to KMF and all that.
to KMF
know that.
Young Sevens. Yep. Straight balling. All
Shout out
that.
to shout out to Mini Mansions.
Yep,
Mini
sir,
Mansion
yes,
Mayos.
sir.
Shout out to the
that.
gang. All that.
All that. All that.
All that.
All that.
And just for any of you, honestly, this is a question who can go out to whoever, whatever. Do you guys have a personal favorite song off of Lowe's gospel album? I know that was a really hard hitter.
I know what his favorite song is.
My favorite one is Paradise.
And
Like,
why? Because it's so funny that you say that.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna end the show with that song.
Good,
That's
good,
fucking dope.
good. Yeah,
I appreciate you even calling that out right now. We didn't even have that planned, so
Bet,
shout
yeah.
out.
That shit is fire. Like,
Why you fuck with that song?
because I relate to that song so much. I think Mama, caught me, selling some shit in the back door. Like, I relate to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's the first line.
Yeah, right there. He just, and then the shit, everything else we was talking about is just fire to me, man. There's a vibe, the lyrics, everything is just fire to me.
Facts.
Yeah, I fuck with that song.
It is. Y'all are gonna see. Everyone listening, y'all are gonna see.
Well,
Just
how the
wait.
hook goes, like,
I was trying to get to you,
You,
but a minute days caught up in a rain. Yeah, okay.
See, I don't know all the lyrics, but I just know the melody. This shit is fire. Especially driving the drop top and shit. So I'm kind of dragging it. Especially
you
You got
driving.
the drop top
please
now, so you
keep
can say
dragging
that.
it.
Yeah,
Who's
yeah.
got the drop top?
Drop top JT right here.
Drop
Yo,
top
Wes,
JT.
Drop
so
top
just
JT?
paint us
That's
the
his
picture.
nickname, Drop Top
Paint us
JT.
the picture.
And why
Wes.
is that?
I always have I always bought convertibles. I'm a convertible type of guy.
Everywhere that you go.
Everywhere from Cali to Boston or Cali to Lynn.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
You.
Drop top JT.
I mean, cool boys.
If I had to choose, I would say Adios.
Adios.
Yeah, because
That's the last song on the album.
No. It's that was my foot, by the way. Damn, what number is that? It's like 10. No, it's 9. It's 9.
Yeah.
It's number 9.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, it's 2 songs in one. It's kind of like a juxtaposition of like what's going on in like my life and just like the life of a lot of inner city kids. No bullshit when you listen to it. Yeah, that's my favorite song. I mean, I would just say listen to it if you really wanna. You feel me? Get the
Check
vibe
out
of it.
the album. I can't say it enough. These guys are putting in work.
Ricky, what's your favorite song?
Ricky, I am curious.
I'll probably say Last Forever. I like number 3, but I'd also say 132 just because I know 132 just ages like wine.
I agree.
It's
I agree
with
one of
that.
those songs. Like, so I'd say 132, but it's less about me just being in the song, more so about like I know that the meaning behind that song, and Last Forever sonically just like I feel like that's me, and
That's the party
now
track.
you see like at
I feel you. Ricky's so humble, man.
Well, I'm going to just jump on his train
I
because
fuck with
132 is my favorite song. And I'm not just saying that because you said that because y'all are both on it. I have listened to the whole album and I just really appreciated what you guys had to say in that song, how it reached out to me, the lyrics that reached out to me, and honestly, just the vibe in general. I think a lot of people can, like I said, relate with it. And I think a lot of people need to hear it, because what you guys are saying, what you're putting out there, a lot of young men don't feel confident enough or don't feel valuable enough or don't feel worthy enough to put themselves out there the way that you guys are. They let the doubt get to them, and they let like insecurity get to them, and people get to them, and they won't even put themselves out there. So I just want to let you guys know, as a duo, what y'all are doing here on Old Soul in the Young World, I really, really fuck with it, and I really appreciate it.
That's love. I appreciate you.
Yeah, it's just a vibe on here, guys. And I also have a surprise question for y'all.
Surprise question.
If you want to tune in, if you want to jump in, you know, please
I was
feel
really
free.
trying to play background role.
Please feel free.
Come
Now
on.
I just want to be calling Weston. It's
Stop
a
it, Drop Top
problem.
JT.
All right, Drop Top JT. That's what we're gonna call you all night then.
All right, you know what I'm saying? That's regular.
But, you know, just quick question for y'all. And this is an individual question, so you can answer however you want. And like I tell my guests that I've had on the show prior who I asked this question to, you can say, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking care. I don't care at all what your response is. I just want to ask all the guests that I have on the show this question.
Sure.
So however you guys feel from yourself that you want to answer this, please feel free. But what does it mean to you guys personally within yourselves to be an old soul in a young world? Even if you're not yourself an old soul in the young world, what do you feel it means to be that?
I mean,
And you can answer however you want.
I've always felt like I was a young soul. Like, I've always felt like my soul was in the 70s. No bullshit.
Old soul.
I said young soul. I meant old soul. I always felt like I'm an old soul. Like, I feel like my soul is like in the 70s. Like, you know what I mean? I don't really like vibe with a lot of people. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I can get myself in that mood and get along with a lot of people, but I don't really like 100% vibe with a lot of people because, you know, nowadays people's just mind state is just different. And I think what being an old soul is just understanding like yourself, honestly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Keep it very short.
I appreciate it. No, thank you for even answering.
Go ahead, because this,
Like I said, there's no pressure.
This is
If
the
you-
grandpa right here.
You can
Let-
say
let him speak.
nah. You can
Go,
say
come
nah.
on,
I
Grandpa.
have nothing
Yeah.
to say.
Nah,
My
he
shit's
got
gonna be-
something to say. He the grandpa. Let him
Yeah.
speak.
All right, you want me to get my issue off real quick?
Go ahead, get your issue out, young.
All right,
Get your issue out, young soul.
All right, old soul, man.
He's like, I gotta get this off my shoulders. I can't even wait.
Wow.
Nah, I really don't know what to say, to be honest.
Let me repeat the question
No,
for you.
I remember
All
the
right,
question.
you feel it? You feel
Yeah, I
it.
remember the question because
He knows.
Because I feel like I am an old soul, but my imagination keep me young.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So it's like we should. I kind of piggyback on that right there when it comes to understanding. Because once you like understand, you kind of like you could deal with life a little bit easier. Because life is all about understanding. So
Yes.
But like I said, my imagination keep me young. So like I still watch anime. I still watch like cartoons. I still watch. I still do like things that somebody my age shouldn't really be doing, but I still, you know what I'm saying? I'm still into the shit like
But if
that.
you talk stupid, we will slap the shit out you.
But you have a good balance. I feel like
Yeah.
you
It's
a vibe, though.
you
It's a
appreciate that.
positive
Keep
vibe.
your vibe, your young soul alive so that you can
Yeah.
keep creating and being kind of an old soul. And even if you're not an old soul, that's fucking cool because there's young souls too. Like
Yeah,
this
'cause
show,
I feel like old
we're
souls,
not
you too
discriminative. Like, you feel me?
I feel like
Nah, no,
being
young
having an
souls on
old
here.
soul is low key being too serious sometimes.
And that could be it. You feel me?
You know what I'm
And
saying?
like, I think from my very first episodes that we listened to, I would always say, if you're an old soul, a young soul, or if you're any type of soul at all, you feel me? Because we all are on a different level of who we want to be and who we are and who we're becoming. This could be your first life. This could be your 522nd millionth life. You feel me? Like, you could have nobody knows. Nobody knows. So I appreciate y'all answers. And
Ricky, you want
I'm waiting for you, buddy.
hit the nail on this one.
To be honest, nah, it's the same thing. It's like Wes said. I think also it's just like you understanding your life as it goes. Like, I feel like if you're a student of the game, like if you like looking back at history, if you like knowing what came before you, if you are interested in knowing what happened then to understand what's happening now, I feel like that makes you an old soul. Like, I feel like you like.
Have better answers than me, then.
Yeah.
We ain't no competition here.
damn.
We all in the same race.
I'm the superstar in this
I feel
like
I'm the
race.
motherfucking low.
This is mine.
I'm the motherfucking.
This is my shit, nigga. Get the fuck out of here.
No, but I feel like a lot of my friends and I, the reason why we were friends is because we liked something that happened in the past, like whether it was like an old reggae song or like an old music video, and it was like, oh, you remember when so and so was wearing,
Remember when you
and
used
like
to bump 90s music?
exactly,
Old school hip hop.
Like,
Yeah.
there was a time where we would only bump 90s music.
music.
We was
Yes.
like 15.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's why I fuck with them heavy because
Yes.
it's like I could say like Sugar Free and they gonna know who Sugar Free is.
Exactly.
Right,
I can say
right.
E40, they gonna know who E40 because they really do their homework
Yeah.
on all
it's people
all
who are on the
genres.
same vibrations of you. You know what I'm saying?
But I felt the same way about, like, again, it's the same thing
Yeah, I
with
can-
you. Like,
Nah,
it's
yeah.
it's only if like you understand like what came before you. Like if that intrigues you, I feel like I'm gonna be intrigued to like want a conversation with you. Like, hey, so you know about, or even if you know something that I don't know about, and
Right.
you know what I mean, then you're schooling me, and I'm
It
like, man, I
sparks
didn't
that fire.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and I feel like that in a young world is you understanding that there's always something new to learn, like keeping yourself young, like just always understanding there's something out there that you don't know that
Right.
somebody else can give you game on. And that's what being an old soul in a young world to me means.
Yeah, because old souls is
Don
fire.
DeMarco, bang, bang. Shit like
Hell
that,
yeah.
shit like
I
that,
already know
shit
Riku
like
about
that.
to know that shit.
Don DeMarco.
Yeah. Yeah. Fire.
Oh man, guys. And you know, like it's crazy because I feel like being in an old soul in the young world, it could mean a lot of things to a different, you know, group of people, but really just appreciating the things that we had before us, being able to vibe off that, create an energy, create music, remix culture, whatever it is that you guys,
Exactly.
you know, create, but also knowing that we're here and now, like we're here to make a difference. We're here to make a change. We've been born in this world, in this day and age, on this physical earth of a planet for a reason. You know what I mean? In this exact location. I believe in manifestation. I believe in numbers. I believe in all that. And I feel like you have to be on the lookout. Like you have to have your eyes open so you can be woke to the things happening around you. And I think that a lot of people in our age group ignore those signs within themselves, so they get caught on the wrong path. And it's really cool to see that you guys are still in tune, still vibing. That's honestly the reason that I want to have you guys on the show.
Right.
So I appreciate y'all. Thank you. And you know, guys, just to end off the show, I just want to talk a little bit about CALI. I just got back like a day and a half ago.
Yeah.
I know Lo got back about
It was
a
probably like
week ago.
Probably like 2 weeks ago. We went to New York right after too.
Wait, what? So you went from where to where to where?
We went from New York
This
to
dude's
Boston.
crazy.
Yeah, we went from New York to Boston to Vegas to Cali back to New York. Actually to Boston, then back to New York.
Question mark?
Yeah, we've been working, man.
What's all those stops about? Music?
Yeah,
Business?
music, and just trying to get ourselves out there, man.
I appreciate that.
Facts.
Networking, man. Network is low key like 80% of the game.
My God.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? It's not what you know, it's who you know sometimes.
Yes.
Especially in this industry.
And the connections you make.
Yeah,
Facts.
connection.
And I think we talked about this earlier, actually, off camera, but it's like, if you're not doing anything, how are you going to get to the places that you want to be? You know what I mean? I think a lot of people daydream about so many things that they should be pursuing or doing. And it's like, you know, if you're just daydreaming all the time, you're home and you're looking at your phone and wishing you were doing that shit, how are you ever going to get to that spot?
You gotta start the steps. I mean, because this shit is one step at a time, and if
But
you don't
that
start
shit's
the
hard.
steps,
Imagine like, okay, so for any listeners listening in who haven't started those steps, how would you say you start those steps?
I would say you really just gotta break it down to the bare minimum.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And like, what is like the bare minimum of the first thing that you can do? What is the bare minimum of the first other thing that you can do? Like, if you want to write something, what is the bare minimum of like what you want to write? Okay, maybe find a beat, maybe listen to an instrumental, maybe like as you go through your life, if you look at things like, oh, I want to write that down. Like, you know what I mean? Just like, it's steps, it's baby steps to anything in life. There's a science and an art to everything in life.
Right.
So you got to be able to, you know what I mean, crack that code to whatever you want to do. And that's really the hard part about it. And you have to be dedicated to do that. So it's really all about dedication at the end of the day.
Dedication. I was just going to say, it's like the key word in everything that you just said, because, you know, I started this podcast in January. I've been doing it weekly ever since. And it's like, it's dedication. Like, people don't know, like, I just drop this shit and they'll see what's behind it. I put time into this. You know what I'm saying? Come after work to the studio, I record, I edit. I have people working with me, a team. But like, if I'm doing videos, I'm editing the videos. It's like going to work at the same time, dropping that shit the next week, recording. I dropped shit yesterday. We're recording today the next episode. If you are dedicated to your craft, if you love what you do, if you appreciate it, I feel like, you can make that grow.
And being methodical about your shit. Don't just do shit.
Don't just do shit to do shit.
Exactly.
Like, have a reason behind why you do things.
Like, don't make music because you see your homie making music. If you don't feel in your heart like this is exactly what I should be doing, then what's the point?
Yeah, man, it's okay to be regular, bro.
It's also okay to experiment. Always
Facts.
experiment.
Oh no, it's always
putting that out
yeah, of course. It's okay to experiment, but like
Always.
Can you say it again?
Yeah, there's always okay to experiment. You got to find yourself. But
Thanks.
if
Don't
you
do
try
it because other
something
people
and
do
it
it.
doesn't feel natural, don't force it. Just,
Right.
listen to yourself. Listen to what's going on inside you.
if you listen to yourself, you'll find your path.
Like, have you guys got W's your whole life? Have you always won everything you do? Every
don't
trial
know.
and tribulation, you've got a
Listen.
W?
Listen,
I probably took more L's
Hell
than
no.
W's in my life, honestly.
So many L's. You feel me?
I wanted to quit music 2 weeks ago.
But
you always talk
I
about
want to
retirement.
quit this podcast.
This
a month
nigga
ago,
Wes
so I
Taylor
feel
always
you.
talking
Like,
about retirement,
I
y'all.
feel like you can take L's in your life, and you can even take more L's than W's. But as long as the W's that you take outweigh the losses,
yes.
what can you really complain about?
That's 100% facts. Like, it's just about balance, guys, and being able to know what's good for you and what's not, and seeing the positive effects of what you're doing. If you're trying to do something and it keeps coming back to you negatively, it keeps giving you negative effects, maybe it's not something you should be pursuing in that instance. And when you find something you should be pursuing, you see that the positivity comes to you. You start getting that recognition. You start getting those vibes. You know what I mean? And you start moving forward.
Fulfillment.
What?
Fulfillment.
Fulfillment.
Ricky, say it louder, bro.
No, it's true. It's just personal fulfillment. That's what you want.
Fulfillment.
As long as you feel personally fulfilled, that's all that matters, man. Don't just keep moving forward.
All
Shout out
the
to
shit-
shout out to
Pun
KMF.
intended.
Shout out to KMF.
Shout out to KMF.
Keep grooving forward, you feel me?
Oh,
I told that to Scam, and he was like, yo, that's great. I'm like, yeah, it is. Bow. Shout out to J Moon, by the way.
Yes.
Shout out to J Moon.
I feel like I got a little off topic.
nah, yeah. Shout out
I
to
think he
your
was talking
old.
about Cali.
Shout out to
I know.
old
And then
school
we
young
just
boy.
Kelly, I got way off topic. But you know, guys, we are vibing tonight. And this week, whenever you're listening to this, morning, afternoon, night, I hope you're feeling this. I hope you're feeling the vibes. But yeah, like, I went to Cali for the first time. I actually got back a couple days ago. My first experience there. It was pretty lit. It was a little different than I expected. Weed was fire. The views were fire. Scenery, amazing. But, definitely a little bit on the different side. And I know you've been to Cali, you said a week ago.
Yeah.
And how was your experience
It was
over there?
definitely a culture shock. It was fire, though.
Culture shock.
Yeah, it was definitely a culture. We don't have palm trees out here.
Facts.
And like seeing a palm tree on every fucking corner, like that was wild.
Yo. It was like mixed in with like random Dr. Seuss trees. I don't know
Like
if you've
random
seen
trees,
that.
and
Like they're
then,
just
yeah.
like weird shaped
The
trees.
Joshua trees too. I never
The
seen a
Joshua
Joshua tree
trees,
before.
yeah.
That shit was crazy. Yeah, it's just different, man. Like, I mean, the weather is crazy too. Like, the weather just doesn't make sense. Just like it doesn't make sense out here. But
Yo, so
It
what-
stays hot.
you want to know the funniest thing? When I went out there, just to my luck,
Yeah.
it was hotter here and it was cooler over there.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was like,
and then
are
it would
you
be it'll be
kidding
like
me?
hot, and then it'll get like windy, and then like
Yeah.
mad cloudy, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is going
You're
on
like,
out here?
okay.
By the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
the
right,
ocean
Wes,
affects
Wes,
that.
It's okay.
Yeah. I'm real LA.
Wes is like, let me talk. I know this place.
No, but yeah, I mean, we was in Calabasas above the clouds. Like that was different.
Damn.
Yeah.
I drove over to Calabasas and like Hidden Hills, all that area.
Yeah, we was in the Hidden Hills.
They
so-
were like hidden though.
No,
like
no,
people
no.
don't get it. Like
No, yeah,
there was
this
just
is-
security and gates and like I couldn't even get in nowhere.
Yeah, we had our own like Airbnb type shit over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like we
yeah.
had a spot over there, and like it took like at least 15 minutes to get to the spot driving up the hills. no service.
Isn't it beautiful up there though?
Amazing.
Oh my god, the views.
It made me want to tear up. No bullshit.
Me and my girl pulled over. We were like, we can't even. Like, it was just hills and hills.
After this,
and
I'm gonna
hills.
show you some Snapchats. This shit was fucking wild.
Fire.
Yeah, this shit was wild. Vegas was crazy.
Shout out McDolo.
Shout out McDolo. Shout out the Mac.
The Mac.
The Mac. If the baby ain't cute, it ain't my baby. You feel me? Yeah. Shout out McDolo. But now we was out in Vegas. In the drop top with drop top JT. You know what I mean?
Drop top JT coming through.
That shit was crazy too.
How'd you guys get drop top? I couldn't find none out there when I went.
Did
Did you
found
get
the
that
drop top.
before? Did you get that before?
Nah.
Damn,
We
how'd
got
you
it.
guys find that?
He found it.
Toro.
He drop top
I looked
JT,
at
dog.
Avis
Toro.
budget. I looked everywhere.
Oh, do you
I could
do
not
Toro?
find a drop
Toro's
top.
like-
You do Toro?
No, I didn't do Toro.
It's like regular people renting out their whip.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse
Check
me.
that out.
Yeah, it's fine.
Damn,
Cheaper,
y'all
too,
just put
probably
me
cheaper.
on.
Yeah, it's cheaper. And you can
I'm gonna
like,
have to check that
and you
out.
could probably like smoke weed. You know what? Let me not say that.
Well, you can say that. We smoke on Old Soul in the Young World. I
Yeah,
got
but
a
in
Jeep
rentals,
and I did smoke in that.
I don't smoke
Fuck
in
that
rentals.
rental, man. We was smoking that shit out.
I'm just
We was
kidding.
smoking that shit out.
I
Big
don't
blunts in that
smoke in
rental.
I
rentals.
don't smoke in rentals. I don't smoke in rentals.
Just kidding.
Case niggas still want to hit me with a five later. You know what I
Do
mean?
not
I don't do
condone
that.
you breaking
Yo,
the
Roger, you
rules.
got
Do
money,
not
man?
get in
Fuck
trouble
that
over
fine.
breaking
It's
the
still
rules.
pending in my account, all right? Relax.
Relax.
Relax. That charge is still pending. It has to happen.
Fuck that fine.
It has to
What's
happen.
$500 to you?
A lot, nigga.
I'll tell you.
I need that.
I went to pick up a car and they were like, yo, they didn't have the car that I wanted. They had a
you're sick.
Jeep Wrangler. So I was like, all right, let me
That's not
take.
cool. That's not bad though.
No,
Yeah,
it
it's
wasn't
not bad at
bad.
all.
So I was like, oh, let me take a look at this. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. The people before like smoked in it. So he like had all the doors open. He was like, oh, like, I hope you don't mind. I was like, no, it's cool. And I was like, can I get a discount for that? And he was like, oh, yeah, I could give you like 20% off for that. I was like, all right. So we
fire.
took the car. We just smoked mad blunts. And I was like, all right. I was like, whatever.
Damn, I wish
No
them niggas
charge.
gave me a discount.
Well, it's still pending, but no charge, I hope. We'll see. We'll see. Good
$300
vibrations.
smoking fee.
We're manifesting. Manifesting?
Manifesting.
Manifestation.
Manifesting.
No
Listen, we've been
charge.
drinking
Shout out that
We've been drinking
Prosecco.
champagne over here, man.
You got to say the whole word just so you get all the
Manifesting.
Just so you get all the
is-
manifest. You feel me? Manifestation.
Like we're manifesting good vibes for this new moon. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man, I can't wait to see that moon. That's
Yo,
fire.
by the way, if you listen to this podcast or watching it, show this to your favorite auntie. She'll love it.
It's a vibe.
I swear to God.
Auntie podcast. I like it.
And all
You know,
swear to
shout out
God.
to all the aunties out there. I'm an auntie.
Yeah.
yeah,
down.
decent
Hey.
shit.
Shout out to him. I'm an uncle, so
You feel me? Shout out all the unks
don't
out
show
there.
this to your uncle though, but show it to your auntie. She'll love it.
Yep, just
comment down
aunties.
below if it worked. Comment
Yeah.
down below if it worked. If your auntie loved
Just be
it.
like, yo, Auntie Carol loved this.
Yo, I have an auntie Carol. Why the fuck did you just say that?
It's a vibe.
That's literally my godmother, my auntie Carol.
You know what you need to do? Show this to Auntie Carol. Yeah, do it.
Yeah, facts. Yo, I'm gonna show some Auntie Carol. Shout out you.
She gonna love it. I swear to God.
Oh man.
G-O-D,
We
nigga.
are lit. We are lit.
No, it's funny 'cause every time he said like Auntie Carol, the balls drop.
Hold on. Show it to Auntie Carol. Bow.
Oh man, yo, we are vibing. I don't even know. We have been chopping it up. We've been talking about
it's
it a
been some
lot.
time.
It's been some time. Their music is dope. CALI was dope. All the vibes are dope. Positive vibes.
This
Also,
podcast
Young
is dope.
World is
Also, Young World.
World is dope.
dope.
I appreciate y'all so much. Can you say it a little bit louder?
Also,
Young World is dope.
It's
The
a vibe.
dopest.
Ooh,
dopest.
I might have to use that in a drop on my future podcast.
Straight dopamine.
Dopamine. Up in here, we in a Vibe Podcast studio
good one.
every
You
fucking
know,
week.
it'd be more dope if I could smoke some weed on here. It's okay though.
You know,
We're gonna upgrade the studio in a
gonna
couple.
get there.
Don't
We
even
gonna
worry.
get
maybe
but we're
one
gonna
day.
get there.
We
We're
gonna
gonna
get
get there.
but right now, we just fucking chilling in a
we
Vibe
just grinding.
You know what
Podcast.
the special thing you gonna do? You
What?
gonna make these niggas mad when you interview me. We gonna smoke weed.
Special, y'all.
Nah,
I don't know who this nigga thinks he is.
Listen,
We ain't trying to get kicked out.
Don't drop the bomb on that.
I'll tell you who he is. Wes Taylor. Understand that?
I'll tell
know
you,
what I mean?
Wes Taylor. Excuse me.
Understand that. Understand. We gonna get to know. We gonna get to know each other.
Facts. But if y'all wouldn't mind, before we end the podcast, just going around kind of letting everyone know who you are and dropping your socials just so they can go follow you if they would like to.
You know, it's the young boy, Groovy Low, Nyeusi Loe. You can find me on Instagram at NYEUSI_LOE. You can find me on Twitter at 133 Low. And yeah, man, go listen to that Lowe's Gospel. Go watch the video for online because that's off the tape and that shit is hard. We shot it in Brooklyn, right outside the bodega. We're doing a whole bunch of ratchet bullshit. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
And it's your boy.
Wes Taylor? Oh, Ricky?
Nah, Ricky, go ahead. You got it.
Ricky,
Wes
please.
Taylor?
Oh, I thought we go around the table. Sorry.
I'm an honorary like groove guy.
He's honorary.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the low. I'm low.
He's just
He is
been
a groove
throwing
guy.
it under the arm.
He is a group guy.
He's with us. He's like the
Reasons.
He's like the second cousin.
Yeah.
I'm on me.
But yeah, it's Reasons RSNZ __ on Instagram and Ricky Reasons on Twitter. And you can also find me on Spotify or Apple Music or any streaming services at RSNZ.
Appreciate you.
Wes Taylor.
Wes Taylor, it's your turn. I already called you out.
Oh man, Wes Taylor. That's my name. I'm an artist, rapper, and all that. WST. Period. Don't forget the period.
Don't forget the period
Last
after
name
Wes.
Taylor. You can find me on Instagram, 93 Infant West. INFANT, then WEST, 93 Infant West. Yeah.
He's also
mama,
from
nigga.
Cali. We didn't get into it, but he is going to be back on the podcast sometime in the future, so we'll get into that more. Shout out
We're gonna run it
Cali,
back, Wes.
Wes Taylor.
Wow.
You can also watch him on a Amazon Prime.
We're going to get to that later. That's what's
Don't even
spicy.
start it now.
That's what's spicy.
I would say,
You know,
I would
I got
say
real
plug
grandmas
that.
on my neck,
I would
you know what
say
I'm
plug
saying?
that, but don't even plug
I
that.
would
ring.
say plug that now.
I would say plug that,
you
but
feel me?
but
Don't
I
say
would
I can't see it.
listen.
You feel me?
I would say plug that, but I would say that
Go fronts and all that.
Feel
You know
me?
what I'm saying?
Wow. I would say plug that, but I wasn't in that movie, so we're not gonna plug that.
You know what?
He was or wasn't. We'll see.
We gotta talk about that. I did 15 minutes in the line. You know what I mean?
Hey,
That's a real movie. Yeah.
You did
Hey,
15 minutes
Jake
in
Fay,
line.
holler
You
at
didn't
me,
say
bro.
nothing about this whole podcast.
Me and him was in that line together.
Like
Just it was like
there was like
You're all humble, Ricky. You didn't
there's
say
like
nothing.
a line in the movie that we were supposed to be standing on, and you know what I mean, we didn't get a little cameo. You know what I mean? I just wanted a little corner on my beard, a little corner on my face.
I wanted my songs in there.
As long as that beard got in there, you good.
I'm not finna lie. We didn't have as much clout as we have now, but now y'all know we have clout. I need to call to my phone.
Yes, hit them up. Give them a call.
Wow.
Drop a number, drop a name, drop an Instagram. You know, if you have anything to say to any of us, please feel free to hit us up on any of our social medias. You can always hit me up on Instagram at JESSIE_ELLLY. You can also hit me up on Facebook at Old Soul in the Young World. And I just want to shout out one more time, Lowe's Gospel. He dropped in April. It is such a fire album. Reason produced it. So I hope you guys can please go check that out whenever you get the chance. Any streaming platforms. I appreciate having all of y'all on the show tonight.
Appreciate being on here.
Thank you.
Of course, y'all. And especially you over there. You want to be all quiet.
Mr. Hollywood over here.
Mr. Hollywood over here.
I'm just playing.
Show
I appreciate it, man.
Show this podcast to your auntie.
Oh, old soul.
Show it to your
young world.
auntie. Old Soul, Young World.
Facts.
Anyone you
Fire.
know could appreciate this vibe.
Yes.
So, you know, guys, thank you so much for being on. It was such a vibe. You know, we chopped it up. We drank a little bit. You know, we vibed out. We talked about real shit. We got a little in depth.
Stay young.
I think I pulled a little bit out of you guys that you didn't know.
For
You got
sure.
Ricky talking.
I got Ricky talking a little bit.
Fire.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah.
He's like, I got nothing to say.
He's like, damn, I talked. Fuck. I was
I
about
say
to.
one syllable.
Damn, she did that shit. Damn.
She did her job.
I did my
Shouts out.
job.
Shouts out.
And you know, y'all, appreciate every single person tuning in with me, listening every week. All the shout outs, all the shares, everybody who has tuned in with me since the beginning. We will be back again next week with more vibes, more people on the show. We're actually bringing in the whole Running United nationwide crew, who's going to be talking about, you know, what they've been doing locally and the running vibes that they have, the awareness that they're sharing, the run that they have going on. It is going to be dope. Again, shout out Lowe, shout out West Taylor, shout out Ricky Reasons. I appreciate having all of y'all on the show. And you guys can tune in with me next week on Old Soul in a Young World with your host, Jesse Ellie.
Mama caught me jugging out the back door. Might be swimming in you, and I hit her with a backstroke. Ashes fall from a once lit flame. I was feeling burnt out, tired of the mind games. Had to switch the mind frame. Found out what these souls that I could